Now we're going to discuss inverse function. If your function is a one-to-one function, then your inverse function is exists. So you have your f inverse denoted by f power to -1. So it's the function formed by inversing all the pairs in the function of f. So thus, the domain and the range in your function, when you finding your f inverse, you'll become your range will become your domain, your domain will become your range. So if we express in arrow diagram, this is your domain, then this is your range. When you're having a function, it will be f. When you inverse it, so it will go back. So that's why it will go into inverse all the pair of f in back to the function. So if the function is not one-to-one, means automatic the function will not have any inverse, so its f inverse does not exist. So for example, we're going to determine the function is one-to-one or not. So we are going to use algebraic method. We're going to calculate out whether this function is one-to-one or not. So if it's a one-to-one, means it having a f inverse. If it does not have one-to-one, means the f inverse is not exist. So by using algebraic method, we will start substitute x1 equals to x2 into our function gx. So here we will have 1 over x1. Here we'll be having 1 over x2. So we're going to find out what's your answer of f1. So we can inverse this fraction. Automatic, it will give us x1 equals to x2. So this gx is 1 to 1 function. Indirectly, what they want to tell us means G inverse is exists. So we can find out what is our G inverse. So for question B, fx equals to modulus x plus 1. So we're using algebraic method to prove it is it one-to-one. So we will start using fx1 equals to fx2. Substitute x1 into the function. So here will be modulus x1 plus 1. Meanwhile, substitute x2 into the function. Here will be x2 plus 1. So to simplify this, to simplify modulus both sides in equation, we have to use our basic definition where x1 plus 1 equals to x2 plus 1. And then another part will be negative x2 plus 1. So open the modulus. So one side is positive, one side is negative. Simplify. What's your x1? So move 1 to the right hand side. It will be cancelled off. So it gives you x2. Meanwhile, for here, negative x2 minus 1. So x1 equals to negative x2. Then 1 move to the right hand side, minus 2. So from here, obviously, since x1 not equals to x2, thus this function fx is not one-to-one function. So indirectly, we can get a conclusion here. Actually, the f inverse for this function is not exists.